I've just reviewed the video. I'm so sorry about it being so bitty. This, where you've got those three, that's when you yarn over twice, and then when you come back through the stitch, it's pulled through 3 times, just so that, I don't know what it's called, but anyway. So I've got to the point, and I think I might have said it wrong. I've got to the point where I've changed it over to the black now, because I don't want to make up a one on the white. Where you come to that end one there, where you've got the chain there, and you've got 2 of the stitches and then the chain in that one, and you slip stitch into that, you have to slip stitch into the second one. I'm not sure that I said slip stitch twice. Yeah, I think you slip stitch over onto the next one, and then you do your chain up of 4 chains. So there's basically, I think there's 2 slip stitches there, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back into that same loop, yarn over twice, so you've got three loops there. Then you go back into that one and you do your 2, whatever those stitches are called, so it's pull through 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then get that around the back, yarn over once, twice, go back in there, pull through 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're doing basically the same as what we did on that there. So you've got the chain and the first 2 stitches in that, if you can see that, and then you've got the gap where you've slip stitched. But what you can't see in the black so easily now is that this is coming from underneath the center, so it actually looks as though that center might have been sewn on top, as opposed to going through the stitch and just looking as though it's part of the whole thing. You might be able to see it, but there, so you've got that kind of 3D-ness, if you like, and makes it just, well, it's my opinion, but I think it makes it look better. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'm going to go on to the next bit. Right, I've just done those 6 stitches there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the last one I've chained up the 4, and now we slip stitch into the base of that stitch, which is probably stitch 9, I think it is. So slip stitch into that. Oh, sorry, somebody's trying to catch me on WhatsApp, and I'm not doing WhatsApp at the moment. Right, so we've done that 1 slip stitch there, and then I'm going to put the last slip stitch in to close the round in there, and then it's going to get hairy. Right, I've just closed that round now, and the next part is this sort of, oh no, the next part is doing the edging of that. So as they say, you go into that gap where the chain 4 spaces, and you do 4 single crochets. So do 1. Oh, I think this is what's happened is this is, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, that's better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's your 4 single crochets. Now, depending on the measurement from there, I either do an extended single or a single, but I think it's going to be big enough just to put a single on there. The reason why we use slightly smaller stitch, of course, than they say, is because we're not pulling the center tight anymore. That's what I've remembered. We're going from the edge of the circle, so we don't need this stitch to be as tall as the original one on the poppy is, because you're not covering up half of it. So yeah, so I believe if I just measure this, if you measure it now where you are, you'll find out whether you need a single crochet or an extended single crochet. Now that's just under, well, that's probably about 1 3/4 inches. So to get it to 2 inches, we probably just need a single crochet. But just for your future reference, I'll do the single crochet now. You just flip that a little bit, pull it so you can see that the little hole there, and you stick your crochet hook in there. That's the first of the top of your long stitches. You pull through, and then you yarn over and pull through. That's your standard single crochet. Now, if you find that you need a little bit of extra height, you can do what is called an extended single crochet, which is you pull through as you do for a normal single crochet, but instead of yarning over and pulling through both loops, you yarn over and pull through one loop as if you were doing a double crochet, and then you yarn over and pull through that loop again. So that, as you can see, it's a tiny, tiny little bit of difference, but it's not as tall as a double crochet, which if you were putting a double crochet on there, it would be too much. But I'm going to take that out because I think I only need a single crochet to finish this off now, because this is thicker wool and I'm using a bigger hook and everything. Right, so where did we get to? Single crochet on the top of each of those stitches as per the pattern. So we'll do the pattern. Oh, yeah. No, we're just single crochet. In fact, I'll pause it again. Right, I've finished that round, and I've just slip stitched into that little bit there. And now's where the exciting part starts. Right, so we did 4, or was it 5? No, we did 4, didn't we? Yeah, we did 4 chains. So we do 5 chains this time, I think it is. Is it 5 chains? 5 chains, or is it 6 chains? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so we need to chain. Oops. We need to chain to start the big bit of the poppy. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think possibly 5. We'll try 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, let's make it 6. I think it's 6. 6. Yeah, 6. We'll try 6. 6, was it 7? 4, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. All right, I've got 6 for now. I'll just check because it was late last night when I did it. Right, now what we have to do is we've got that is your chain there, but it's been covered up by some single crochets. And then we've got to create that stitch, which then goes into the back of that one. But we've got to join it to that stitch because otherwise it's going to gape. So this is where we do a linked stitch. So we've got that chain there. We are going for 1, 2, 3, twice that, and then another 2, 6. So we yarn over once, we yarn over twice, and then we go to the middle stitch in that there, which is about there, and we stick the hook in there, and then we yarn over twice again, once, twice. So you've got effectively 5 loops on your hook. There's 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of which you've brought up through. Oh, did I do it? Did I do it right? Okay, no, I didn't do it right. Sorry. You yarn over twice, yarn over once, yarn over twice. Then you go into that stitch there. Then you bring up a loop. That's it. Right, bring up a loop. So you've now got 4. And then you yarn over another 2 times. So you've got 6. I think that is 6. What did we have before? We had 3. This might be too many. I'm not sure. And then what we do, so you've linked it to that one there by pulling the yarn through. So instead of yarning over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you pull it through that thing, if you see what I mean. And then for the first stitch, you do a back post whatever that is, you go in and around that post, if you've ever done a back post, and then you pull the yarn through. I think I might have done this too tall, but we'll see once I've done it. And then you go through, how many times is it? 1, 2, 3, 6 times. 4, 5, 6. That might actually be a bit too tall, but I'm not sure. So, right, so that's the first your tall stitch there, and you've got it linked to that chain. Right, now for our second stitch, you yarn over twice, once, twice. You find the middle stitch, which is there, and you rotate it slightly, and you can see there's a loop behind, and you go through that loop like that, and then you bring up a loop through that loop, and then you yarn over twice again. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook, and then you do another back post, whatever this is, round there on the next tall stitch, pull it through, and then go through it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, I've got to just get myself some wool. Right, so you can see now that you've got that gap between the back of that one and that one, and you've got this petal forming around it, but it's loose. And then between the stitches, because you've linked it there, it's not going to gape. I did one where I'll pause it and I'll bring the other one, which I didn't do it, and I'll show you what happens. Right, if you don't do those linked stitches, this is what happens. You get the petals forming and they all look as though they've been sewn together, but then you get these horrible gaping bits appear from here and here. So doing that little linked stitch across there and then linking the tops of those, you then get this effect, which is nice, and you know, I just think it's there. Even if you pull it, it doesn't come apart. So that's not a fully linked stitch, that's just linked in a place. But what I can do is I can show you what a linked, like treble crochet or whatever it is. Actually, if you're gonna do a full linked stitch, you'd go through all of those loops instead of winding the yarn around your hook and then doing a stitch. You'd wind it and pull it through, wind it through and pull it through, wind it and pull it through. So it would actually physically link the stitches, because the taller the stitch you make, I'm sure you know, the lankier it becomes and the more open it becomes. And so if you want it to not be open, but you want the height of the stitch, instead of just winding the, I hope you understand. I'm going to send this to you, and you can give me some comments and let me know. And then I'll finish off, but you just do everything along there, and then you do it in reverse round there, and then you do the same thing round here, and that's pretty much it. See what you think.